Hey everyone, Pupsker here. If you didn't know, Warframe is failing right now. Not the game, but Operation 8 Claw. We have 9 days and 21 hours left for Operation 8 Claw. We've completed 42.6% of it. I made a short last night when it was at like 37.6%, and it looks like a lot of people have been handing in their Dominus Eris coins since then, so it boosted it up legitimately like 5% over the last day, which is good, but definitely still not enough. So let's talk about what's going on. We're only at 42.6% and 11 days into the event, because I think the event was technically going on for 21 days, which is 3 weeks. And it's already been about almost 2 full weeks, a week and a half, right, since the original launch date. And we aren't even halfway there. We're like 7... Or no, sorry, not 7. We're like 3 days, 2 days over the halfway point, and we're not even at the halfway mark yet. So that's not great, not great. And there's a lot of possible reasons why in regards to Operation 8 Claw. Maybe it's because it's an end game mode, right? You need to have completed 100% of the main storyline in order to unlock this latest update. You have to have like all of the Zariman stuff done. You have to have Duviri unlocked. You have to have Warframe 1999 done, which is, you know, this whole area here, with just the base, the Hex quest complete. But if you're new to Warframe, or if you're just like going along the main quest line, you're not going to have that done. So this is only a game mode which is completable and playable for people who are 100% caught up with the main story pretty much, which means that a lot of new beginning players just won't be able to help or progress through this event. Isleweaver's Triumph of Dust. Another reason it might be a problem is it's legitimately just the same game mode over and over and over. And it has less resources and less rewards than Belly of the Beast. Warframe has been doing this sort of event now for how many years would you say? Would it be 3, maybe 4, 5 years, where they've brought back the Warframe Eidolon Arcanes and people have been able to farm it. But this has been one of the times where the Eidolon Arcanes have been brought back and you're only able to farm one set. Okay, so you can't farm an infinite amount. That being said, farming everything through the event was a lot faster than previous events, so it's like a give and take. You're able to farm everything a lot faster, but you're not able to farm everything multiple times, so you could only farm up one max rank, for example, Arcane Energize. And yeah, that's just kind of how that works right now, man. That's just kind of how that works, so... let's go take a look at the Dominus thrax shop over at the Zariman to see really why that might be a problem for some people. Because legitimately, this was the same as Operation Belly of the Beast, but I think Operation Belly of the Beast went a lot faster. Is it because it wasn't quite endgame, so more people could unlock it? Maybe. Is it because it was technically a new game mode, wasn't at all in Duviri, and people liked that, where there's not randomness, they can choose their loadouts? Maybe. And just straight up, maybe a lot of people do not like Duviri, like, at all. In the slightest. Big Duviri haters, you know? Curious. Because we have the Dominus thrax shop here. And another thing that might be an issue is the regular Scuttler Husk shop for Dominus thrax de-incentivizes you. It actively doesn't want you to farm the game for this new Isleweaver Duviri game mode because there's nothing to buy. Once you buy out everything in the base regular Dominus thrax shop, there's nothing to spend Scuttler Husks on. Warframe somehow forgot their biggest issue of they need repeatable resources either on a weekly timer or on a never-ending timer for, like, I don't know, let's say relic packs. They need a repeatable resource for people to spend their extra BS resources on, or else it just feels shitty running Isleweaver. So for base Isleweaver, once you unlock Araxia, all the weapons, and all of the Captura scenes, you have no functional big reason to continue running it outside of the current event for Dominus Eris, Operation 8 Claw. And here's where Operation 8 Claw gets really bad. You only have a limit of purchasing 20 of the 5x Pothos clamps. So you can only purchase 100 Pathos clamps in total. You're going to get way more just grinding the event. So it's like, well, it would be nice if I could get more. But as you can see, I'm pretty stocked up now on 849 Pathos clamps. So it's at least working somewhat well, right? For me to farm up Duviri. There's not a ton you can rebuy here at all. The only repeatable purchase is the Prominence Wisp Totem. This is purely a decoration. It looks cool, but like it has an eye in the middle, but it's just a decoration, man. And this is how many Dominus Eris I got after farming like, what, 3-4 hours? Maybe I collected them a little longer. Because you get about like 20 to 24, I can't remember the exact amounts. Maybe a little bit more or less. Dominus Eris each run on Steel Path. You keep doing that. Yeah. And remember, a lot of people didn't realize that you do have to spend your coins, the Dominus Eris coins, in order for it to actually like count as progress. Okay, you get 20 to 28, not bad. So you actually have to go buy something, or else you do not get your added progress down here to the trophy tier for your clan Operation 8 Claw. And you do not get progress put towards the global community Dominus Eris collected Operation 8 Claws for the Cygnus, right? So you do have to spend your coins. That's why I think my little short video from last night helped boost that a little bit, because a lot of people were like, oh shit, wait, I have to spend my coins. And I know it's a bad mechanic. So it's actually quite possible we are missing out on so much added like Dominus Eris collected percent because people just aren't spending their coins. They don't realize that they can continually buy the Prominence Wisp totems, or they just don't give a shit. Because once you buy out all of these items, they're great, right? Arcane Energize, Barrier, Grace, all of the Eidolon Arcanes. Once you buy out all of these, there's not much of a point to farm the shop anymore. And you get these really fast. If I get 28 Dominus Eris coins, I can buy out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Dominus Eris Arcanes at the low rank. So again, Warframe was very generous, okay, in how fast it is to farm the arcanes, but they weren't generous in the extra random side loot that you can farm after you're done farming all that. I know a lot of people are probably agreeing. We've had too many Warframe events where the only arcanes that we can repeatedly farm or farm at all have been the exact same Eidolon arcane since Plains of Eidolon has released. So people want more arcanes, people want more variety. I feel like this was a lost opportunity to stuff the Duviri Paradox arcanes in the shop, and the Duviri Paradox arcanes could have been priced way higher because they've been in the game a lot less time. So, you know, you could have extended people's farm at least that way, put some of the Duviri ones or all of the Duviri ones in the shop at like 10x the price of these other ones. I don't know, man. You could have done just more. It's a little depressing that Warframe has the big update and the Operation event is the same shop we've seen 3-4 times before, and new resources a little bit. You know, like, it's cool. It's just that they could do better. For like a major update, this is their mainline update. It's one of their small mainline updates. No story, right? No continuation of a lot of cutscene lore, but you get Dominus thrax story and lore. So you get a continuation of lore just outside of quests, and they have great lore going along with it. All of Isleweaver is beautiful. It's great. It's just that you can't farm stuff, right? You just can't farm stuff. So it's like, oh shit. Okay. If we look at the YouTube short comments from last night, Warframe will, by the way, almost 100% adjust the rate so that we're able to get the Signa. It's not like a big deal in that regards, but they haven't yet, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. But they almost always will. I think they've done it before once or twice in the past, and they'll do it again. Rip Dominus thrax, sad thrax not getting the throne back. Don't worry, guys, I'm going to carry the event. Okay, I feel like it would have made more sense to add Duviri Arcanes to the event instead of the same ones we farmed during Belly of the Beast event 3-4 months ago. It was a lot longer than 3-4 months ago. I think it was almost a full year ago. But hey, I feel you. The passage of time is merely an illusion. Nothing feels real. I get it. Okay. I think it was 2024 December Belly of the Beast. No, it was June 2024 Belly of the Beast happened. So it was a full year ago. Okay. Not 3-4 months ago, but I get it. Time is merely an illusion. It's but a hoax. Okay. But I get it. I do agree. They should have added Kuva. This would have been done by now for sure. Kuva, Endo, Relic packs, a couple Aya packs. There's a lot of other things they could have done. 100%. The easiest way to fix this to make Pathos Clamps infinite, yeah, we talked a little bit about that. Add more decorations, make Pathos Clamps and a couple other things infinite, you know. Having to use Warframe loadouts I don't use or like annoys me a bit. Vent's quite meh compared to Ascension, takes even less time to complete. Yeah, that's also another thing. The Ascension Belly of the Beast game mode did take like a third or half of the time of Warframe Isleweaver because it was just a faster game mode. Isleweaver and Duviri is a longer game mode, one of the longest, like, I guess, individual game modes in Warframe, if you're not doing like a C-drop rotation in a lot of things, survival, etc. Because it goes usually for 20 minutes if you're doing Steel Path, 25 max, maybe 15 minutes on normal mode, so time is an issue. Unfortunately, reward's not worth grind. Maybe they should have added Archon Shards. Probably. I'm surprised they didn't add any Archon Shards either. This is like an endgame event, but they're missing endgame loot from it, which is a little weird because, you know, you have to be fully completed the star chart to actually technically get this event. So yeah, it seems like the rewards are a little mismatched with the event and the progress for how to actually unlock the event, which is fully complete the Warframe questline. Which I know, it sounds easy and simple as someone who's played Warframe for 10 years, but everyone who's been actively playing Warframe, you have to remember, that is like tens of hours of quests that you'll have to run to get to Isleweaver. That is probably 100 hours of gameplay and quests that you will need to do in order to get to Isleweaver. Assuming you're not side farming content, side farming quests, and side farming power upgrades because you get like stuck a lot. So it can take such a long amount of time to actually get to this stage in Warframe. It's insane. I know it sounds easy because a lot of us just actively stay and play with the game, but for newer, more mid-game players, it's such a pain in the ass. So yeah, a lot of people are angry, okay? I've read a lot of comments and a lot of people are annoyed about the events, okay? If we take a look at Steam charts, this is their about 3-month time period. How is Warframe doing, okay? This is the Steam charts for, I think, about average players, okay? Monthly player breakdown, peak. It might be for peak, actually. Yeah, it might be for peak. Either way. So this is like the peak player count for the past 3 months on Warframe. And it's starting to hit peak player count levels that are, again, similar to when just Ureli Prime was released. We're already hitting like lower tier Saturday, almost 60,000 players, right? And that was Saturday, Sunday, 60,000 players. We've pretty much hit the same point we were 3 months ago, which was like a little bit after a lot of big updates. So it's possible that a lot of people do enjoy this update, but it's just not wildly popular. And it doesn't have a lot of replayability for certain people because it is Duviri Paradox. But yeah, obviously, if I pull up Steam charts to make the like averages a little simpler, if we can see here, the average players and peaks and everything. Oh, that's the First Ascendant. What am I even doing? Sorry, it auto-completes to First Ascendant. At least First Ascendant's having some players, but it's similar, right? It's up 2%. I was like, wait, those numbers don't look right. It's up 2%. A lot more people are playing. The averages are looking better, okay? Same chart as the previous chart. It's just like it might be a little easier to read this one. So Warframe is going up in average players since then, but I don't think this is the update that's going to bring in the big amount of players. It was a cool update, but it looks like the hype for it has already calmed down, and there was a lot to do for the first week, but people might be burnt out on Operation 8 Claw already too, right? So I don't know. I'm curious what everyone's thinking, but it seems to be a lot of like, people like it. It was fun for a bit. It's hard to do the same event for 3 weeks straight, especially if someone doesn't like Duviri, right? So as far as a mainline update goes, this might be a little disappointing. This seems like more of a side update, right? You have the huge boost for day 1, 2, but then it has a sharp drop off but then like people complete through everything in the first week up until Sunday, and then everyone's done. So then it like drops off like a cliff. So from one Friday to the next, 76,000 to like 56,000, 51,000 low peak. Yeah, it looks like most people got the event and the update done, so they just don't want to play a lot more. I know, it is what it is. Like, that's the Warframe update. Love it or hate it, let me know. I'm kind of curious, but that's Operation 8 Claw right now in Warframe. It's fun, it's cool. It just doesn't have over 10 hours or 15 hours of replayability, in my opinion. It kind of caps out at more 15, 10 hours. Because you'll get all of the base all of the base Isleweaver items within about 3 to 5 hours, depending on how good your RNG is. From there, you will collect just Dominus Heiress and like just collect loot. And it's just the same old shit for 4 years, so it just doesn't matter to most people. It's good for mid-early game players that just unlocked the end game Steel Path or finished the star chart. And it's good for Platinum a little bit for everyone who likes trading. But other than that, this event's just resource-wide. It's not for a lot of endgame players. And that's, I guess, fine. But it might have a problem with the overall player count of Warframe. I do think Isleweaver's a great update. The lore with it and a lot of the side content's really sick. New Operation Vor, hard mode Vor is cool. And I like Isleweaver. But after this Operation 8 Claw, I probably won't play Isleweaver for another like year, right? That's the thing about Warframe updates. We go hard on it, we grind it a lot, and then we probably won't want to play it for any reason whatsoever. Because now I'm going to have about 1,000 or even more Pathos clamps by the end of this event, maybe even close to 2,000 depending on how much I no-life it continuing. And then we're just going to be fucking burnt out. So we'll make videos, but we'll play less grinds in Warframe, you know? Like the usual stuff, just like Kome. Yeah, it's a problem with Warframe, where their major updates are literally one game mode, where at least Uviri's like one game mode with like missions and changing stuff in it, so I think it lasts longer. But there's both the incentive to grind, it's just not there after like 5-10 hours, and there's just not a big variety of different areas. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think. I still think the update's good, but I think people are just getting bored of it, really. Judge it, hate it, love it. It's up to you to form an opinion on the update. Cheers.